it's Jen Hart. If you don't know who I am, you should. I'm a life coach. I've been a coach professionally, paid by other people, including a state that I used to live in, like when I was in social work, and then I went private. So I've been doing this for 10 years, professionally. But I've really been a coach, life coach, personal coach, spiritual coach, whatever you want to. Help guiding people to get unstuck, reduce their anxiety, do all the things that make people feel better about themselves. So I'm doing a minimum 30-day. Let's do talking to the internet people. Hi, internet people. Share with you what I'm going through personally as well as with my clients, and then maybe it can benefit you in some fashion. So today's June 1st, 2025 is the beginning of many miraculous things, I feel, and a lot of epic change for all. I'm not an astrologer, but I do look at astrology. I'm intuitive, but I'm also very practical. Like I said, I was in social work. I helped people with various disabilities, which I hate the word, but it is what is used. Mental health disorders, formerly incarcerated. I helped them work out their mental health challenges, especially PTSD and anxiety, as well as finding work. And then in my personal life, I'm always asked for numerous things, such as, sorry, people are distracting me. P.S. If you didn't know already, if you're not friends with me or if you've been living under a rock, I have ADHD. So things will distract me at times. Not always if I'm hyper-focused, which I'm generally hyper-focused on people and why people do what they do and help them get out of patterns that have maybe did not serve them anymore. So yeah, today's June 1st. So I'm going to be doing this at least till the end of June and maybe progress longer. If whatever I say helps you, please let me know. If it doesn't, you can keep that to yourself. And, what's going on with me? The next month, I am moving, and I don't know where to yet. I currently live in Pennsylvania. I'm not going to give any specifics. If you know me, you know where I live. I'm on your Christmas list or holiday list or whatever you want to call it. And those that want to know me will find out where I live. And I have some options that I'm looking into. Haven't gotten any words yet on commitment to it. There's also the possibility I could move to Philadelphia City. I'm about 30 some odd minutes away from Center City. The parking thing is an issue because I like driving. And parking, like when I was looking at, having a monthly rate for parking, some of it's $300. I could easily get a zip car, but that's not when I'm working and need to travel, and just to go get groceries. So it's lower on my totem pole list of desires, but it is on the option block. And for a lot of people, not having a know where we're going business would freak them the fuck out. For me, I kind of thrive under certain levels of pressure. Not always. Like, I do have times when too much pressure does get to me. But not right now. I'm actually cool as a cucumber, which is very odd given that in 26 days I have to leave my current place because it's been sold and closing is the 26th. So preferably before then. I've done some wacky, wild things in my life. Like, I left a relationship in 2010 and we lived together for a while, and then I moved in with a friend. And then I'm still friends with my ex and his family, and I love his family. Love them still. Even though obviously he's married now, he's got a life. I don't interrupt any of that. I just love, they're good people, like all of them, including him. It just didn't work out between us. That's fine. But so he in 2010, we broke up, and I decided on a whim to maybe teach English in Panama. I chose Panama because they still use American currency, and my Spanish was, well, basic. I've had 5 years of Spanish, and I only remember like very basic Spanish. So I was like, oh, well, this will help me with my Spanish. I can help other people, and it's a way for me to like escape. Because back then, that was what I was thinking about doing. But so my ex helped drove me to an airport. My airfare was super cheap. It was $150 one way. You cannot get that. It was magical. It was like on purpose. And then I was there. I met so many cool people in hostels, and I traveled around the country. And then I was realizing I don't actually want to teach English. Not because, I mean, my written English isn't that great, and it's probably worse now. In terms of like commas, like anybody that texts me, they know that like they have to kind of like go code, like figuring out the code that is Jen. Not because I don't care, it's because of ADD and probably like most of the time I'm just talking about nonsense. It doesn't matter if I finish a sentence, I guess. But on professional correspondence, I'm very thorough. Especially when I worked doing case notes. Those were legal documents. You had to be relatively good at them, and I hated them. But anyway, so in 2010, I went to Panama, and I stayed about a month, and it cost about $600 in country, traveling in hostels. It was such a great experience. So there's a small part of me, not a large part like it was back then, to like travel. Because I'm not tied down with animals or a relationship. Even my clients. I have one in-person client, and I could move her to the online, like all the other people that I have. There are things that I could do that I could legitimately just travel. But I don't have a huge draw for that anymore. Partially because I don't have that pull like I did back in my early 30s. I'm in my late 40s now. And I think it would be different. I'm not a cushy type person, but I would like to hire. I don't want to stay in a hostel at 48. Just not my desire. And I think part of today's, internet wisdom of the day is that following your desires, and not just like, oh, I want a donut desire, but like legitimately hardcore within your soul. You know when you know that something is pulling you. You know when something is scaring you, but it's also good for you. You know when you know, and you might not even know what it is because you just don't have that concrete thing yet to kind of tell you or steer you in the direction. But you just know something else is there for you. There's something bigger than what you're imagining. I think that's always safe guidance. I'm not talking about doing drugs or any of that shit. Like, because some people use that as like, oh, I've been pulled to the dark side. No, you're not. Like, that's called something else completely. It's called avoidance. There's a difference between avoiding your life or fulfilling a deep soul call desire. And then sometimes it's just like you just got to get a job and or like hustle your ass to get the thing that you want. Some people manifest things very easily, and I tend to manifest things like places to live, roommate situations, awesome. Like, I'm very blessed with the fact that last minute everything works out for me. And that's quite scary for the average person. And there's a part of me that lives that way, like would be scared. And this is not the life for everybody, but yeah, it works for me. And I still have very concrete things in my life, and I can show you how to create more magic in yours. So I'm going to sign off for now. Peace and talk to you later. Bye. Happy Pride.